Imagine a place that tells a story spanning centuries, where culture and nature intertwine to create something truly extraordinary. That's the beauty of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. I'm Abigail, and this is Global Treasures, the podcast that covers the history, travel tips, and legends surrounding one of the 1,248 World Heritage Sites each episode. These places have been identified as having universal cultural or natural significance that is so exceptional that it transcends national boundaries and is of importance to present and future generations. Welcome to Season 3, where we'll explore the 27 sites that UNESCO added in 1980 together. Thank you as always for listening to the podcast. I appreciate all of your support, and you can continue to support the podcast by subscribing at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, or your favorite platform. You can also follow us on TikTok and Facebook. You can check out my blog on globaltreasurestravel.com for even more travel tips and to hear about my latest adventures. Picture endless blue skies mirrored by waters that are of vibrant cobalt. Valletta, Malta, whose name translates to the humblest city, stands as the capital of this island nation, which is home to around 6,000 residents. Though small in proportions, it holds a remarkable distinction. Valletta is both the southernmost capital in Europe and the European Union's smallest capital city, covering just 0.24 square miles. Nonetheless, Valletta serves as the commercial heart of Malta, known for its bustling shopping districts and celebrated cuisine that draws visitors from across the globe. It takes only about an hour to drive across the entire country. Yet, within that short span lies centuries of history and culture. Valletta itself was founded in the 1520s by the Order of St. John, a Catholic military order, as a refuge for soldiers returning from the Crusades. The city's origins are rooted in faith, its walls built to shelter resilient warriors who had endured the trials of holy war. Today, Valletta stands as both a living monument and a modern hub, blending its notable past with the vibrant energy of present-day Malta. Valletta carries the name of its founder and protector, Jean Parisot de Valletta, the Grand Master of the Order of St. John. He's remembered as the man who valiantly defended the island during the Great Siege of Malta in 1565, when the Ottoman Empire attempted to seize control. Before the siege, the area that would become Valletta was simply a small watchtower, which was later demolished to make way for Fort St. Elmo, a fortress that played a crucial role in the island's defense. Following his victory, Jean Parisot de Valletta was determined to ensure that the Knights of St. John would have a lasting grip on the island. To accomplish this, he brought to life his vision of a fortified city, one that would stand as both a military bastion and a symbol of endurance. He sought financial assistance from European royalty, including Philip II of Spain and Pope Pius, both whom agreed to provide support. In 1566, the foundation stone of this new city was laid in a ceremony held on the site of what is now the Church of Our Lady of Victory. This church would become not only Valletta's first building, but also the resting place of de Valletta himself, until his remains were later moved to St. John's Co-Cathedral, built in the 16th century. Valletta is associated with being one of the greatest military and moral forces of modern Europe, having withstood countless attacks and periods of dramatic change. Though the French invaded in 1798, before the British took over, the British had plans to destroy the city's fortifications. Fortunately, that was abandoned. During the course of the British era, the Malta Railway was constructed, though it's no longer in operation. During World War II, the Royal Opera House was destroyed by aerial bombing, but has since been rebuilt as an open-air theater. Architecturally, Valletta is remarkable for its Baroque character, infused with touches of neoclassical and modern design that were added over the centuries. What makes the city especially distinct is its urban layout. Its wide, straight streets stand in contrast to the narrow, winding alleys typical of other European cities of the time. This methodical planning reflected both military precision and aesthetic vision, creating a truly magical city. Valletta is often hailed as an outdoor museum of sorts, a title earned by its remarkable concentration of 320 monuments, stunning Baroque palaces, gardens, and churches. This dense cultural landscape is the result of millennia of influence, with Malta having been ruled by the Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, Arabs, and the Order of the Knights. This vast conglomeration of influences is still profoundly felt in the city's food, customs, architecture, and overall culture. Today, Valletta remains a testament to Jean Parisot de Valletta's foresight, a city born from conflict, but also one that endures as a masterpiece of cultural strength. Now that we've covered the incredible history of this vibrant city, let's talk about why it's a must-do for your travel bucket list. I'll be sure to include links in the show notes. Hopefully it'll guide you to tours, hotels, and maybe you'll even find some good discounts. If you're flying in from another country, you'll land at Malta International Airport, which is conveniently located only about 5 miles from Valletta. Don't be surprised when booking your flight. There are only about 3 large European cities that you can book a direct flight to Valletta from. You should expect at least 1, if not 2 layovers. Once you land, getting to the city is pretty easy, thanks to efficient public bus service. Navigating Valletta by car can be a bit challenging, but they also have electric taxis for easy transit. One thing that's important to know, the primary languages are Maltese and English, so it's likely you'll find numerous individuals fluent in English, but it still wouldn't hurt to download a translation app just to be on the safe side. Let's touch on packing as well. When thinking about what clothing to wear, keep the weather in mind. The average temperature during the summer months is 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is very dry. That being said, if you plan on visiting during the winter, it can get as low as 50 degrees Fahrenheit. With over 3 million visitors annually, rest assured that finding accommodations will be pretty simple. There are plenty of hotels, bed and breakfasts, and homestay options. That being said, you'll want to book further in advance if you plan on going in February, as that is when the Maltese Carnival is held. There are numerous balls and parties that are masquerade-themed, so know that while it's probably a blast, it'll be crowded. I think I've made it clear. Valletta's history is written into its stone, and there are so many remarkable buildings worth visiting while you're there. Despite all of the war and conflict throughout the city's history, most monuments and buildings have remained in incredible condition. The first worth re-mentioning, as I spoke about it before, is St. John's Co-Cathedral. This Baroque masterpiece is essential. It houses one of the greatest pieces of Baroque art, the beheading of St. John the Baptist, painted in the 1600s, having been commissioned by the Knights of Malta. This painting is widely considered to be Caravaggio's greatest work of art, being his largest and only piece of signed work. However, the cathedral itself is so steeped in history that even ghost tours are popular around the site, with people claiming that former knights still haunt its halls. Visitors claim to hear clanking armor and other strange, disembodied sounds. Another site worth visiting is the Grand Master's Palace. Built between the 16th and the 18th centuries, this massive structure occupies an entire city block and houses the office of the President of Malta. Parts are open to the public as a museum. Then there's the city gate. Be sure to get some incredible photos of the 16th century walls, a powerful reminder of the city's military history. I'd also be remiss if I didn't mention there are 4 plazas throughout the city as well: Triton Square, St. George's Square, St. John's Square, and Castile Square. Now, let's talk about the culinary treasures. When it comes to food, you'll find plenty of pizza, pasta, and other Mediterranean favorites. But to truly taste Malta, you have to try rabbit stew, the national dish. Typically slow-cooked, with tomatoes, potatoes, wine, and spices. This dish is symbolic. It was originally a dish of defiance against the Knights of St. John, who had imposed restrictions that only allowed nobility to hunt and eat rabbits. Today, communal feasts often center around fincata, and it's no surprise that the dish includes wine, as Malta boasts a significant wine industry, one that they take great pride in. Today, Valletta continues to be the center of Malta's political, administrative, and business life. The city is now focused on the future, actively working to conserve its historical fabric while balancing the major demands of tourism, housing needs, and modern life, so that future generations can continue to enjoy this magnificent place. Thank you for listening to the Global Treasures podcast. Join me for the next episode, where we'll dive into yet another incredible UNESCO World Heritage Site. Until then, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep treasuring the remarkable diversity of our world's heritage.